pro from the state of Florida, played at Florida, won a national championship there in 2015, having an excellent season after a little bit of a rough go last year. She's off to a great start, 1-0, a 2.42 ERA. Not a ton of innings, though, just 8 2/3.
I'm really liking her command early this season. She has been sharp, attacking hitters. You said we haven't seen her a ton, but what we have seen of her, she's looked really sharp.
The Talons starting lineup presented by Easton looks like this. Aaliyah Andrews leads it off. Jalen Alchin in the 2 spot has been excellent. 7-game hit streak, 11 hits in that span. She's also been a great defensive outfielder, primarily out in left field right now, with Jada Coleman still on the injured list. No Jordan Woolery today for the Talons, so that's a big miss. That's the question. Where do the runs come from for Utah off Ocasio? Some clouds in the sky in Durham, but it is a hot one, about 90 degrees as we throw first pitch here, and it's fouled back by Andrews. Ocasio and the Blaze trying to help out not just themselves with a win, but really the league in general, because Utah has raced out to a 10-3 start. Andrews into left field. Kennedy in foul territory, 1 quick out.
Alicia Ocasio is going to throw with really great movement. She's not going to overwhelm you with her speed, but she has great spin and movement. She will use her curveball the most. That curveball is actually up 21% from what she used it last year. Mix in a rise ball, a fastball, and a drop ball that serves as an off-speed pitch for her. Well, she'll drop it down at about 56 miles an hour.
Talked a lot about Carlin Pickens and the improvement of this Blaze staff thanks to her, but Ocasio is a big piece of it as well. She's having an excellent start to the season, so her numbers have helped drive that team ERA well below a league worst last year of over 6.1. There's Pickens, likely on relief duty today.
I was going to say, just thinking about this game 3, a must-win for the Blaze to pull a game out of the series. Not going to be easy to do with the role that the Talons are on right now. But I love Alicia Ocasio getting the start and bringing the speed in of Carlin Pickens potentially later in this game. So I can definitely see a world in which Carlin Pickens enters into this game later on.
Alchin takes strike 2. Jadlyn rolling, 7-game hit streak. She has a double, a triple, and a couple walks in this series. 2-2, tap back to Ocasio. She's one of the best fielders of her position. We'll also see her out in right field this year, and it's 2 up, 2 down.
Like the way already she's attacking these hitters. What the Blaze need is a quick first inning, setting the tone in the circle, trying to find ways to score some runs today. It's been hard to do against the Talons.
Now the rookie out of Arkansas, Kaylee Wyckoff, who takes strike 1. 1 hit and a pair of walks in the series so far, also a sacrifice fly to drive in a run. Mentioned the struggles of Ocasio last year, 1-3 with an ERA just a tick under 8 in 30 2/3 innings. But when she went to the All-Star Cup, which will be played again this year in August, the leaderboard format, she was significantly better, had a sub-1.5 ERA in more than 23 innings pitched. So she did have some positives last summer. It just wasn't in the Blaze jersey. This is what she did in her first 3 appearances last year versus this year. Just massive improvement.
Your ERA going from a 7 to what it is now. That's, I mean, she ended the entire year, Chucky, with a 7.99 ERA, and entering this game, it's at 2.42. So the entire year was just a bit of a struggle for her, not even just the first 3 appearances.
This is driven to left. Kennedy goes back, and it's a 1-2-3 start for Alicia Ocasio, picking up right where she left off. It's an excellent beginning to the 2026 season for her.
Everybody's got their pink Barbie towels. It's Barbie Day at the ballpark, which really fits right into the Blaze's color scheme perfectly.
Ramo's first pitch bounces in to Leach. Let's take a look at the Blaze starting lineup presented by Rawlings. Reese Atwood in the 3 spot, quickly becoming a fan favorite here in Durham. Has a hit in 6 of the last 7 games. They need Leach and Kennedy to create some run-scoring opportunities for the big swinging Reese Atwood.
Shuffling up the lineup a little bit. Dakota Kennedy moving to the 2 spot. Reese Atwood moving to the 3 spot. In game 1 of the series, she was down in the 5. So Blaze shaking things up. Trying to find an answer to this Talons pitching staff. I mean, how big would it be if the Blaze could score early in this game? Just make a statement and trying to avoid the sweep today and just needing a win in the standings.
Leach left side to Jaquish, 1 out. Megan Faremo in her 4th season out of Oceanside, California. Was 2-time Pac-12 Pitcher of the Year at UCLA. She was a freshman on that 2019 National Championship team. And after 8 earned runs in her first start against the Bandits, she has been lights out in her 3 appearances since.
She's the type of pitcher that when she has a tough outing like she had against the Bandits, you know she's going to go to work in the bullpen, try to figure some things out. And what stands out to me mostly is some different pitch usage for Megan Faremo this year, using her drop ball significantly more. Something that Cindy Ball Malone, the head coach of the Talons, talked about with their complete pitching staff, going to that drop ball more and trying to keep the ball in the ballpark, working down in the zone versus using the rise. And something that Megan Faremo herself has really leaned into. She threw her drop ball not even 1% of the time last year. This year, she is throwing it much more.
Kennedy just got a piece of that on a big swing and fouls it straight back.
And she'll also work in her curveball, which she's known for, of course, her screw and her rise ball up in the zone. But that drop ball is a difference maker for her and a good pitch for her to settle in.
Kennedy to left and traveling. Alchin to the wall, and it's gone! The first home run of the series, and it belongs to the rookie, Dakota Kennedy. And oh, how they needed it.
Talk about needing to come out and score early, and this is one way to do it. This is a changeup, and Dakota Kennedy not fooled at all. She is on it, stays behind it, sends it the opposite way. Dakota Kennedy, a rookie who has been such an instrumental part of the offense to this Blaze team, gets them on the board first in the first inning after being shut out last night. Man, what a swing to get this crowd into it and just to send a message to the rest of the offense. We are going to show up and put runs on the board today.
So nobody on for Reese Atwood because her rookie mate, Dakota Kennedy, goes yard. First home run for either team in the series. Faremo blows that past Atwood at 70 miles an hour. Driven to center field right at Andrews for out number 2. Let's go to Anna with Dakota Kennedy.
Pitchers have not made it easy on you guys. This is the first home run of the series, but you found something on that pitch. What was it?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I was just looking to get a pitch up. Aubrey told me before my at-bat, just make her bring it in the zone, and she did. So I got my swing off.
Well, you got it up just enough. Thanks, Dakota. Chucky.
Dakota Kennedy has been an excellent addition. Dana Sorensen really crushed the college draft. Really, most of these GMs did. All the rookies seem to have just electrified the league. But Dakota Kennedy, Reese Atwood, and Carlin Pickens have been game changers for this Carolina team that finished last a year ago. 0-1 to Bailey Klingler.
Can't get enough of this rookie class that has entered into the league. It was just a star-studded senior class in the 2026 college season, and got to see so many of those faces competing in the Women's College World Series, and now you get to see them continuing their softball careers playing as a pro. 17 out of 17 that were drafted to play in the AUSL signed and are in the league playing, and they've just been an absolute joy to watch.
Back-to-back years of every draft pick signing for the AUSL. 2-1, another hard hit ball, but right at flipping at second. So just the one run comes across, but it's a big one for the Blaze.
At one run, field.
But have taken it upon themselves to make sure that the energy in this dugout is up to standard. Yesterday, I heard Brie Ellis look at her teammates and say, "You're fired and your contracts are ended if you don't bring up your volume." And Charlize Palacios has a favorite chant. Chucky, you've got a one at home, so I know you're going to like it. Minions, tonight we steal
the moon. We're going to get you up to speed, Amanda.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling left out. I would have to definitely get up to speed if I was in that Talons dugout. Just find all these little things to connect and create culture and have fun and stay loose. And that's just honestly such a big part of playing softball. I feel like is the energy that's created in the dugout, the dances, the chants, the fun. That's why a lot of people say that they like it more than baseball, because baseball is kind of boring in the dugout. In softball, we have so many different things going on in the dugout that make it fun.
Charlize, Brie Ellis, and Jada Coleman all currently on the injured list. Hannah Flippen at the plate has spent some time on the injured list this year. So there's just some movement. There's some unusual sights that if you were tuning into a Talons game, you wouldn't think you'd see. Hannah Flippen is one of them at second base. Didn't play defensively when she originally came back off the injured list. Now is back in the field these last few games. But Taylor Beal, who they picked up for Hannah Flippen, but just remained with the team after another injury, is now their everyday shortstop, is what it looks like.
I mean, you heard Anna mention it, but just what they've been through, you know, like what does that mean? Well, it means that they've been through a lot of injuries to Jada Coleman, Brie Ellis, Charlize Palacios. That's your starting first baseman and power hitter in Brie Ellis, your starting center fielder in Jada Coleman, your starting catcher in Charlize Palacios, and then finally being able to get Hannah Flippen back, who was the starting shortstop, but then has now, since she's come back, been the starting second baseman. I mean, that's a lot for a team to go through and still find ways to win like they are in this 7-game win streak.
Flippen grounds out. That's what they've done on the 7-game win streak, and this is with the hitting not really being there a ton in these last 2 games, but they're still hitting over 300 as a team. That would be a league best if it were for the season, and then the ERA is just ridiculous.
A 1.26 ERA in this league is ridiculous. I mean, their ERA on the season is under 2, but you are facing the best hitters in the world. And think about how they won the whole thing last year. They were the AUSL inaugural season champions, and they had an above 3 ERA. This year, it's essentially cut in half with where they're at right now.
In the air in foul territory, and Anna Gold stays busy over at third base.
Liking again the way that Alicia Ocasio is attacking the zone, getting quick outs, especially after they put a run on the board. It's so important for a pitcher to go out there and attack the zone and try to get some quick outs. Get your offense back into the dugout trying to score more.
This is the hottest hitter in the Talons lineup, a rookie out of Georgia who was not drafted but is feeling like she's in the Jadlyn Alchin position of last year when Jadlyn was out of the reserve pool but played the majority of the season with this team. It was awesome, as Gordon has another base hit. So Sarah Gordon, who didn't have a hit entering the series, she was 0 for 1 in 4 games played, hadn't started a game, has started all 3 in the series, and now has 5 base hits.
And I think all of them are to the right side. She just sneaks this in down the line, gets it past a diving Bailey Klingler over there.
She's also caught 2 of the best pitchers in the world. 3 now with Faremo today. So Coric, Fouts, Faremo, you've caught in 3 successive days. Montana Fouts said yesterday it was the first time Sarah Gordon had ever caught her.
There's Montana and Georgina Coric standing next to each other, the Game 1 and Game 2 starters for the Talons.
Opposing lineups, hate to see them coming.
Oh yeah.
Now Rachel Becker at the plate. with 1 on, 2 out.
Reese Atwood, speaking of catchers, has caught all 3 games in this series. Another injury is to Kayla Kowalik, who would be a catching option for the Blaze, but she is currently on the injured reserve list. So Reese Atwood, the rookie, been back there all 3 games, doing a great job.
Went off the arm a couple times. Constant communication, it seems like, with her pitchers. She has a great feel for what they need and when they need it.
Look at her even pick that ball out of the dirt. She knows that if a runner at first base sees the ball in the dirt, they're likely to steal, so she picks it out of the dirt, gets up ready to go. You have to have just such quick reactions in her game because everything moves so fast. So it's right on top of it with that ball in the dirt, anticipating what's next.
Becker has worked the count full against Ocasio. Talons had 9 hits in the first game, scored 3 runs. Had 4 hits in the second game, scored 3 runs. There's 3 total extra base hits in the series. Despite the Blaze being down 0-2 in the series, their pitching's been really good too.
It's been very good. The Blaze continue to try to find that Game 2 starter and just some additional starting depth behind Carlin Pickens, who has really been their ace as a rookie. Emma Lemley pitched well yesterday.
Slow roller right side. Klingler tags Becker in the line, and that'll do it. 2 scoreless for Alicia Ocasio and a 1-run lead.
In the finals as well, so 6 complete games in a row for Montana Fouts going back to the championship.
So what you're saying is when Montana Fouts starts, the pitching staff can just go have dinner somewhere. You don't even need to be here.
It has been in dominant fashion watching her pitch, and she came in very prepared for this season, and it is showing with how she's mowing down hitters.
Jenna Laird fouls this one away, leads off the second inning for Carolina. Laird, a third-year pro out of Missouri. She's a New York native from East Meadow, New York. And the bat's starting to wake up for Laird. 3 for 7, couple hits in game 1 of this series after just a 1 for 17 start.
There's some hitters, I feel like, not just with the Blaze, but really on every team in the AUSL that I feel like have had a little slower of a start. Jenna Laird is one of them. Brito, a couple of hitters down, is fall under that category, as well as Anna Gold, who is on deck. Those 3 hitters, if they could get going for the Blaze, be big additions. Even another hit for Laird.
4th one of the series for Jenna. The Blaze trying to figure it out against the Talons pitching staff. This is what they've done. No earned runs so far, or at least entering this game.
But the Blaze have been really good too. A .93 ERA. They have not given up much to this Talons offense. It's just that the Talons haven't given up anything at all. And that's been the difference maker in a 1-run game and then getting shut out last night in that 3-run game.
Dead ball strike.
Gold fouled that back off herself. It took her helmet off, and it's good to see that she is acting okay after that. She doesn't even want to talk to anybody. I think the trainer will insist that they have a conversation.
Just really scary too, even if it doesn't hurt or doesn't hurt that bad. Just a rise ball up and in coming up that close to your face is gonna make you not feel great. Happy to see that hit where it did. Opted not to wear that face guard that some athletes choose to wear whenever they hit.
She kind of dropped the bat like it shocked her originally, and then almost immediately grabbed it and was like, no, I'm good.
And then Megan Faremo goes right back to that same pitch, and that is just not fair, but you know what? Anna Gold still swung at it after fouling off a rise ball into her own helmet. Now Rainbow's ahead 0-2 after 2 rise balls.
Another foul tip by Anna Gold.
So remember, the same thing happened to Tori Vidalis at Texas A&M when she was playing Tori Vidalis down the Portland Cascade, and she wore a face mask and fouled one into her face mask, and it stuck in her face mask. And Tori pulled the ball out and threw it back down into the field. It's just a freak thing.
Did you wear the mask?
I did not. You can tell how they want to attack Anna Gold, right? It's going to be rise ball up and in on her hand. She takes that one, but that's clearly how they want to go at her. And a pitch to her weakness or find a little hole in her swing.
It's actually back-to-back New York natives in the lineup for Carolina. I feel like it's somewhat rare. Jenna Laird's from East Meadow, and then Anna Gold is from Ballston Spa, New York. Played her college ball at Duke. That's why she is, of course, a fan favorite here in Durham. And Blaze actually play their home games typically at Smith Family Stadium over at Duke, but this is the lone series they are playing here at the Durham Bulls Athletic Park. Gold fouls this out of play. So there she is, second most now. Amina Vega broke the career home run record. And then the AUSL Rookie of the Year last year. I mentioned she's from New York, threw the first pitch out at the Yankees game back in May. Certainly a special moment.
Had quite a summer last summer being the Rookie of the Year. I felt like she could have easily been the Defensive Player of the Year with the way that she played third base last year and some shortstop. Just really took control of the left side of the infield for the Blaze and made spectacular plays.
Her and Burrito are quite the combination on the left side of the infield this year for Carolina. Fans have made some really great catches in this ballpark.
Coming up, jump to the ballpark ready. They are looking to make a play.
Very different from my broadcast partner, who has assured me you will not have anything with a ball that comes our way, which we are protected in this venue.
There's no way it's getting to us today.
Gold into right center field. What an at-bat for Anna Gold, who rips one into the gap, and she wants 3. Gold into third with an RBI triple.
Okay, wait, do you remember how this at-bat started? Fouling a ball into her helmet? That was all those pitches ago. She got down 0-2 because of the rise ball, or 1-2 because of that rise ball, and fought and fought and fought. And Framo tried to go to the curveball away a few times. She saw it several times in that at-bat, and finally gets one about a ball off the plate and still sends it the other way. She is thinking 3 all the way. She knows that it's going to score a run. Easily gets into third for a triple, scores Jenna Laird, who had been on with a single.
Much better looking approach from the Blaze at the plate here in game 3 of the series. It's a spinner that just gets by Faramo, and that's going to allow another run to score.
Nice, back to me.
Alyssa Brito will take it.
She was well out in front of that pitch, and it registered at 70 miles an hour. It's surprising to see it her be so far out in front of it. Crazy spin, takes a turn that sneaks it past Faramo. If Faramo is able to stop that, if that spin doesn't create that turn away from her, I don't think that that's a run scored for the Blaze. But because of that crazy spin, it gets to peel it short.
One out, nobody on. For a former USA Softball Player of the Year and Gold Glove winner, Valerie Cagle. It's a big swing through that for strike one. Cagle Came out of Clemson, of course, where she was an excellent two-way player. Now really just focusing on the offensive side of things. She actually enrolled at Clemson in 2019. The softball program didn't play their first season until 2020. And Cagle to left. Her first at bat of the series is a homer.
Both home runs for the Blaze in this game have come from left-handed hitters, and left-handed hitters hit 120 points higher off of Megan Framos. So you know that's why Cagle got the start today, to get an extra left-handed hitter in the lineup, to go from 4 to 5. And they needed this from the bottom of their lineup. Players like Laird and Gold, Brito, and now Cagle to step up and generate some offense. Top of the lineup had been getting it done. Now they're getting production from the bottom, and Val Cagle gets in on the action for her first home run of the season.
That is going to force a pitching change. They drape the Blaze flag over Val Cagle in the Carolina dugout. Her first at bat of the series results in, and that is her former college teammate at Clemson, Mackenzie Clark, who has seen plenty of those in her lifetime playing with Valerie Cagle at Clemson.
Hey, it's working. They've hit 2 home runs in this game, and they have scored 4 runs already. So the Cape seems to be working as they forced a pitching change for the first time in this series.
Well, by my count, we have the 2 longest tenured pros in the league in this matchup. We saw Kaylani Ricketts in game 1. This is Dallas Escobedo McGee in her 13th professional season. She's a native of Phoenix, Arizona, was a star at Arizona State, led them to a national championship back in 2011 as a true freshman. This is just her second appearance, though, of the season.
Their starting pitchers have gone so deep, and she's not gotten as many opportunities to start. In fact, she's only come in relief, but their starters have gone so deep she did not had any opportunities to get in there, really. So just 3 innings pitched, looked good in those 3 innings, did not give up an earned run.
This is hit hard into left field off the bat of Ocasio, where Alchin tracks it down, and there are 2 outs in the inning. Dallas Escobedo McGee might have claims to the coolest bullpen thrown. The AUSL was in New York, and Dallas was one of the players there. They actually threw a bullpen in Times Square, and I want to say she threw it to Michaela Edenfield. And of course, on that same day, they got to witness an AUSL promo on one of the big video boards in Times Square.
Oh my gosh, just epic moment after epic moment continues to happen in this league, and that was definitely one of them. I mean, I never would have thought I would see a softball player throwing a bullpen or just throwing it all in the middle of Times Square, but I saw with my own eyes it happened this spring.
This is going to be close to playable, just into the dugout. Leach in an 0-2 hole against Escobedo McGee. We were joking before this inning began that no one had thrown more pitches this week than Dallas Escobedo McGee, because she's been out in the bullpen all 3 games working, but she just hasn't been needed. And now here she comes in throwing some meat. (8-9-1) due up for the Talons, as Caroline Jacobson takes the first pitch over the wall. That had to feel good off the bat of Jacobson, who had an excellent 2025, but is off to a slow start in 2026. That's her 2nd of the season.
Looking to hit early into count, gets herself a curveball that does not get out. That is right down the heart of the plate. One of the few mistakes that we've seen from Blaze pitchers in this series, and Jacobson is ready for it. That is a good pitch to hit. She takes advantage of it and gets the Talons on the board.
She had the 5th best average in the league last year, drove in 17 runs. and was on it from day one of the season, but it's been a tough start in 2026 for Caroline Jacobson. Now Beal in a shallow center for Aubrey Leach. And Anna has Caroline Jacobson.
Caroline, you guys needed that one. What were you looking for on that pitch?
I was just looking to be aggressive early in the count, and we kind of have a plan coming into the game. We watch a little bit of film, know what we're looking for.
Bree and Charlize are chanting Big Barrel as you come into the dugout. What is that from?
That's just a nickname they've made up, and, we're going to go along with it.
Okay, thank you.
Whatever works with a swing like that.
That was a beautiful swing. You know that felt good for her. As mentioned, probably not off this season, that she wanted to have offensively, hitting under 100 coming into this game, but her second home run of the season.
Alchin into right, and it's caught by Mackenzie Clark. Well, that was just a ridiculously quick half inning, and we did get a run out of it. Caroline Jacobson, a solo shot. Montana Fouts maybe the front runner. Sam Landers right there, though, as far as pitcher of the year conversation goes. There's a lot of them in that conversation. First full inning of work for Dallas Escobedo McGee. She will see 2, 3, and 4 for Carolina. Dakota Kennedy, 1 for 1 with a solo home run. Fouls the 0-1 off. It feels like the AUSL has just been polar opposite to college softball. We saw all these incredible offensive numbers really across the country. And then here we are in this league, and the pitchers have kind of dominated.
It's encouraging to see as a pitcher myself that this just offensive domination that we saw in the college game isn't just going to happen at every single level. And I mean, honestly, like looking at the AUSL season numbers, last year the game was more offensive last season. ERA as a league is down by over a run. It was almost 5 last year.
Kennedy to left. Alchin has this one. Sunday at 1 Eastern, Portland takes on Texas. Game 3 of the series, and more AUSL action live on ESPN and streaming on the ESPN app. So we'll see who, maybe a rubber match, or will it be Portland potentially going for the sweep?
Felt like last night both teams needed that win. Cascade losing a couple of games in a row, and Texas Volts at the bottom of the AUSL standings had won 2 in a row, but just trying to claw back into the thick of things. So both teams needed it to get back on a roll.
Reese Atwood 0 for 1, but did hit it hard into center field. This is outside 1-1. Talons out in front, 10 wins. They've also played the most games out of anybody. It's a big game right here. You see the line there right in the middle. Top 3 teams make the postseason. Carolina can remain in that position. Feels like it's early. You know, we just started playing a few weeks ago, but we are basically at the halfway point in the season. The Talons are past that. They've played 13 of the 25 games now, and the other teams will get there in the next 2 or 3 days.
Everything is just so close, though. I can't get over it, with the exception of the Talons up there at the top being 10-3 and taking control of things the last few games. But everything feels so tight, but it can quickly turn. We've seen some quick momentum changes already early this season, so nobody can get too comfortable as Dallas Escobedo picks up her first strikeout of her relief outing.
Klingler fouls that pitch back, strike 1. Dallas Escobedo McGee. We haven't seen her in a long time. She's been playing professionally, though. Played in the NPF, played pro in Japan. Was an Olympian with Team Mexico in 2020. Was a 3-time All-American at Arizona State back from 2011 to 2014. I mentioned led them to a national championship as a true freshman. How about these numbers as an 18-year-old in college softball? 37-3 with a 1.51 ERA. As the #1 win percentage in ASU history. There's been some great players there.
Oh, absolutely. And I just remember her as a freshman winning the national championship, and the year and career that she has in the Arizona State Hall of Fame. Just a pro's pro. You know, she's been doing it a while. And you know that she knows that this is a big opportunity for her. She has not gotten a lot of pitching time because, again, of how deep the starters have gone. And she's been preparing during the series, as you mentioned, working in the bullpen, staying ready for a moment like this to keep her team in the game, down by 3 now.
In the air for Taylor Beal at shortstop. Dallas Escobedo McGee has seen 5 batters. She has sat them all down.
The braid bar, I mean, the braid hairstyles are very much part of the softball culture, and the Sephora braid bar is the place to be. And I hit up the braid bar one time in Chicago. I hit it up multiple times last year. And you know what's cool too is when you go there, you get to see all different types of product that you can see if you like to. So I really like that because I got introduced to a few things that I didn't know that I would really like hair perfume.
Leadoff base hit for Kaylee Wyckoff here in the 4th inning. ESPN's the home of MLB.TV. Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand using the ESPN app. Blackout and other restrictions apply. For more information, go to ESPN.com/MLB.TV. So Kaylee Wyckoff leads off the inning, 2nd hit of the series. And now Hannah Flippen trying to keep it going in the 4th. That's inside, and it goes to the backstop. You see the white line drawn in the turf there. If the ball passes that line, because we were on a baseball field, they will just get the 1 base. The only event in which that would not be the case is if the runner were already stealing, they would be able to take the next base as well.
We'll see how this inning goes for Alicia Ocasio. She's looked good first 3 innings. We have double barrel action for the Blaze. Carlin Pickens getting loose. I really expect to see her, again, because of how well she complements and gives a different look to Alicia Ocasio. Alicia Ocasio throwing more low to mid-60s than having to face somebody like Carlin Pickens, who's going to throw 74, 75 is a tough adjustment for hitters. So it should be great to bring in. But Keilani Ricketts, the veteran, also warming up.
Flipping in the air, it's a tough spot, but Clark comes in to make the catch. Forget how fast Mackenzie Clark is. It looked like Laird was going to have to track that down, but Clark came soaring in from right field and routine play.
She has a really good arm, too.
I haven't seen Mackenzie a lot in this series. Has struggled a little bit offensively, but she's so good in the outfield. They had to find a way to get her on the field.
Put her in right field. She has a lot of speed, and she's a strong athlete. All right, putting her out in right field and letting her do her thing on the outfield.
She's a really good basketball player in high school, too. Speaking of the athleticism, here is Savannah Jaquish, the 3rd baseman for Utah. Popped up her first time out, has a pair of hits in the series.
Speaking of being an athlete, that's when we talked to Kara Dill, the head coach of the Blaze. That's what she talked about right away when speaking about Alicia Ocasio and how she identifies as an athlete. And this year, Kara Dill wanted to be intentional about making sure that Alicia Ocasio was able to play infield, outfield.
Smothered by Gold, and there's 2 outs.
And put her in positions to use her athleticism, get her in the everyday lineup. She's just somebody that can do all things. It just makes her a great athlete. And I think that she's having such a good year because she is really involved in the circle and in the outfield, getting to hit a lot. She's had a walk-off hit already this season. She's looked good down there in the 9-hole, hitting over 300 this season.
Has a game-winning base hit for the Blaze. Walk-off winner against the Volts earlier this year. It's a great pitch to start off Sarah Gordon at 55 miles per hour. Gordon unstoppable right now. 5 for 7 in the series. Has started all 3 games behind the plate, filling some big shoes of Charlize Palacios. Hard hit grounder to the right side. Alicia Ocasio getting it done so far. Just 1 run through 4 innings. The series. 2nd game, though, with multiple homers this season. You guys have any traditions like that at A&M when you were there?
You know, back in my day, it wasn't quite a thing to have the home run traditions. And I actually don't think you could have props at that time because it was against rules. And, then things got a lot cooler and up to date. And so they started to allow that. So, no, we didn't. But we gave great high fives and supported each other.
A great high five and a good job. Well done. 0-2 pitch from Escobedo. McGee's been really good out of the bullpen. Faces Jenna Laird, Anna Gold, and Alyssa Brito this inning. Dallas just 3 innings in her lone appearance before this. Talked about it. There's just not a lot of innings to go around when your staff has thrown 9 complete games.
I'll tell you what, all these pitchers showing that they're reliable on this talent staff and making the most of the opportunities that they have. Dallas Escobedo coming in relief in this game. Her other relief appearance didn't give up any earned runs. And then Taylor Tinsley, who's the 5th pitcher on this pitching staff, and her rookie debut, complete game win for her. So everybody contributing to the staff.
On the bright side of Dallas and Taylor Tinsley not seeing a lot of innings is, as the season goes on, these teams aren't going to have a lot of looks at them. You get closer to the postseason and potentially a best-of-3 series if the Talons are able to make it to the championship. And a shallow right, flipping, not going to be able to get there, and Norkin Jacobson, so it'll be a base hit for Jenna Laird, 2nd of the day and 5th of the series. Monday Night Baseball is set. Rangers take on the Guardians at 7 Eastern on ESPN. You can stream it anytime on the ESPN app. About Anna Gold, who's at the plate now throwing the first pitch out at the Yankees game back in May. A lot of the players actually had the opportunity to do that. That runs in and hits Gold.
Stay here.
Alex Sleep calls her back, says you are staying put.
I thought he called it a foul ball. And I thought it hit her, not the knob of her bat. Hit her, but maybe hit her in that river area where you have to make an attempt to get out of the way, and this elbow kind of doesn't do that. She just stays put.
That was another strike. That one on the inside corner. Great location from Dallas.
And so he actually, with that ball hitting her, was saying that her elbow was in the strike zone. That's a called strike pitch. I thought he had said foul balls, so even though she got hits, 0-2 count, and now a strikeout. Or maybe we're off up here. I think everybody is a little bit confused of what the count is, because I thought, okay, so maybe it was a ball then, yeah. So 1-2 count.
Gold to right for Jacobson. Well, you were right in your explanation, I believe. It was just that we were misunderstanding exactly what was happening on the field. Let's put that at bat behind us.
Yeah, we're past it. Yeah.
One pitch at a time.
One pitch at a time.
Alyssa Brito, a vicious cut through that pitch, strike 1. Of all the bats in the order, Brito's might be the one that could really change the complexion of this offense. Gets away from Escobedo McGee, so 1 base given to Jenna Laird. Alyssa Brito, 2-time first-team All-American in 3 years at Oklahoma, 49 home runs and drove in 167 runs in just the 3 years at OU. Ball. 2-1 count.
She is a run producer and could be a big difference maker for this Blaze offense if she could get going.
They are just 3 for 20 with runners in scoring position in the series. had one of the highlights of this series when we had her mic'd up. We're talking to her in the field of all things about making coffee for her teammates. And in the midst of that explanation from Brito, she gets a chopper and makes an incredible play defensively. She skies this to shallow left for Beal. There's 2 outs. So let's take a look back to game 1 with Brito mic'd up.
I just got really hyped, guys. You know, if you get stuck and your feet aren't moving, it's when you get in trouble. 2. Yes! Come on, KP! Come
That
on!
was
I
such a
love
cool
that. Let's
moment.
go! That's it! That's the juice! That's the juice!
One of 2 top 10 plays for the Blaze in that game. The other one was Dakota Kennedy's diving catch out and left.
I love it when we see softball and some Sports Center top 10 plays.
Brito was number 5 on ESC top 10. Dakota Kennedy was number 7.
You know, she handled all that so well. Multitasked, cheered for her pitcher, communicated what needed to happen, got some short hops, footwork at second base, talked about coffee orders, just did it all. That was an awesome soundbite.
Popped up on the infield. Dallas Escobedo McGee continues to roll in relief for the Talons. We're through 4 here in
Sure, they want to bring in Kaylani Ricketts for this left-handed matchup. There are 2 lefties due up, 7, 8, 9, the Talons lineup, with then 3 in a row at the top of the order in case they get there.
Kaylani didn't have her pitch comm device, so she had to go back to the dugout to get that. And so now we've got them, the 2 longest tenured pros in the league. I believe the other one would be Jalen Ford for the Oklahoma City Spark out of James Madison. But Kaylani Ricketts in year 14 as a pro softballer.
Just continuing to do her thing, be a unique look from the left-hand side. She hides the ball really well from that left-hand side, and you can tell too with the way that she releases it, it's unique. So for lefties and righties alike, it is a pitch that gets on top of them because they can't see it. There was more down in the zone coming from the left-hand side. Not going to overpower you with speed, but spins the ball well down in the zone with her drop and drop curve.
That last one foul tipped off Becker's bat and into the hand of Reese Atwood. An 0-2 pitch coming inside.
And now you can see her hiding that hand well behind her. She's still trying to move her fingers and loosen it up, but that last pitch is so far back behind her trying to hide it. See, it's not hidden there, so foul ball goes into her hand, and now she is hiding it back behind her back.
Swing and a miss. First batter Ricketts faces, she strikes out.
First strikeout for the Talons today. Drop ball inside, just gets on her hands, cannot get her barrel to that pitch. Kind of a higher drop ball, tricky pitch to hit for a lefty.
Jacobson swinging first pitch. Aubrey Leach has moved over to right field, and Alicia Ocasio is now in center for Carolina.
Carolina has so many different options for their infield and outfield. Somebody like Aubrey Leach or Bailey Klingler, who we saw play right field earlier in the series. Just a lot of different versatile, athletic players. A lot of shortstops on the infield. Gold, Brito, Laird, Klingler, all have played shortstop in their career. Only one can play for the starting lineup. And Brito getting the nod. 3 Gold Glovers on the field on defense today. Yesterday we had 4 for the Blaze. Dakota Kennedy, Jenna Laird, and Reese Atwood today.
Ricketts gets the outside corner in the 3-1 pitch. The other one yesterday was Devin Netz, who played some first base. Just made a great catch yesterday. Jacobson to right, another chance for Leach, who's closer to the line and makes the catch.
It's kind of tricky down there. There's a lot going on with the bullpen and then the change of grass, and I don't know, just a trickier play for somebody who just slid on over into right field to track this down, but Aubrey Leach handles it with ease. That second out.
Down to the 9 spot, Taylor Beal. Another lefty-lefty matchup with Ricketts. Beal hit .278 through her first 7 games with the Talons, but has struggled offensively in this series. 0 for 7 with a walk. Had her best offensive year of her career at Arizona as a senior this year. It's really the glove, though, that has always been the standout for Taylor Beal. Left side on a gold, leans over and makes the play. 1-2-3 for Kaylani Ricketts. How about some love for the vets? Kaylani and Dallas Escobedo McGee getting it done in the circle. Elevated at Tennessee, the full-time assistant coach. See what Aubrey did the first 5 games. A little bit of a slow start, rare for her, but starting to pick up steam. She's been on base a lot. She's actually due up second this inning. I apologize. Alicia Ocasio leads it off, 9-1-2.
I'm really cheering on Jenna Laird, who has 5 hits in this series. She came in with just 2 hits to her name. They're turning it on, moved up in the order. Some balls to fall.
Ocasio just a tick over 300 on the season. We've seen her in right field, we've seen her in center field, we've seen her in the circle. Just missing from Dallas, who's just looked like she's been locked in. 2 2/3 for Dallas Escobedo McGee. 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and a strikeout.
And again, there's Sarah Gordon back behind the plate, just taking over the catching duties in this series this weekend, catching all these different pitchers and doing it seemingly with ease. Small target back behind the plate. She's not staying very tall.
Air shallow to right for Hannah Flippin. This Women's Sports Sunday starts with WNBA Countdown at 6:30 on ESPN. It features a marquee WNBA matchup as New York takes on Golden State at 7 Eastern. Brianna Stewart Company. Watch on ESPN and Disney Plus and stream it on the ESPN app.
You think we see Carlin Pickens come out in the 6th inning? Or they save her until the 7th? What do you think?
I think that we're going to see Kaylani Ricketts start the 6th inning because there's back-to-back lefties, or 3 lefties coming up to start that inning.
But Pickens does well against lefties too. When you looked at her numbers entering the series, lefties hit 0.45 off of Carlin Pickens, so not a bad matchup there either. I see your point with the lefty-lefty.
I don't know why you asked me if you were just going to give me the real answer. You know the answer. I don't have the answers.
I don't know. I am very interested to see if she enters into the 6th inning or they potentially save her until the 7th. We shall see.
I'm just happy to be here, Amanda.
Same, aren't we all? It's a more humid day today, too, here in North Carolina. On Thursday, it was so pleasant, like 90, but low humidity, and then a little bit more humid yesterday, and today is full-on humidity here in North Carolina.
2-2 to Leach. Hard hit through the right side. Base knock for Aubrey, 2nd of the series. She has now reached in all but 1 game, and that game was yesterday.
He hit this ball very hard, out over the plate, just gets a hold of it, slams it down the first base line past Wyckoff. That one will wake you up if you're the first baseman.
She tied for the league lead in walks last year with 15. Catches the corner against Dakota Kennedy, strike 1.
Also interested if we'll see Taylor Tinsley enter into this game in possibly the 6th or the 7th, the rookie pitcher for the Talons, who is in a completely different role than what she faced at UCLA, where she was the only pitcher getting to pitch on this pitching staff. Is complete change for her.
Taylor Tinsley went from throwing every single pitch from the beginning of Super Regionals to the end of their run in the Women's College World Series. That's 5 games. She threw every pitch, including that extra inning loss to Texas Tech in the Women's College World Series. All 9 innings, 181 pitches, as Beal goes to the ground to keep it on the infield, but it'll be a single for Kennedy.
I just think they're starting to hit her a little bit harder, and that's why it brought Taylor Tinsley up. Putting some good barrels to these pitches. Great effort by Beal just to try to do something with that. Gage got down to second quickly.
First and second, 1 out for the dangerous Reese Atwood. Three home runs on the year leads the way for the Blaze. Dakota Kennedy's homer earlier today made her the second player with multiple. And Reese sends it up the middle. Leach going to be sent home, and she will score. Reese Atwood drives in her second run of the series.
That's what she did in her career at Texas, the all-time RBI leader at Texas. This is what she's done in her career, being aggressive in that count. You can tell that they're starting to hit Dallas Escobedo hard. I'm honestly surprised that we're not seeing a pitching change at this point. 3 hard hit balls in a row at the top of the order, and now Klingler coming up with a chance to do more damage, and Blaze are up by 4 runs.
86-3 and runs for the DC.
I just think, too, that this would just be a good situation with how in control the Talons have been to give your rookie pitcher a chance to come in relief. If the Talons lose this game, okay, well, they were on a 7-game win streak. They've been at the top of the standings, but a really good time to get your rookie pitcher in.
Klingler turned on it, but it's foul.
These swings that they're getting off, they just look different.
Tinsley jogging back out to the bullpen for Utah. Staying loose to potentially enter this game. The time's taking a little bit too, because if Klingler keeps it going, the potential winning run is on deck right now in a walk-off scenario. There's Taylor Tinsley. 1 professional appearance was a complete game shutout of Texas. Klingler underneath it to left, and that'll be the second out of the inning. This is not who you want to see up if you're a Talons fan. Jenna Laird's 2 for 2 today and has 5 hits and 9 ABs in the series.
I like how they play the music here right up until the pitcher sets. I like that. It keeps the energy going. Kind of reminds me of the WNBA game that we were at, where they're playing music while they're playing. I like that. Keeps the energy up.
Vibes are high.
Vibes are high. This is a great crowd today, too. This is the best crowd that we've had out of all 3 days. Saturday, getting outside, going to a game. They've been great hosts here at the Durham Bulls Stadium. Just trying to take it all in. This atmosphere has been awesome. We're surrounded by buildings. Fantastic crowd.
It's a very intimate setting here. Even though it's a bigger park, it's a minor league baseball stadium. Escobedo McGee does a nice job to get out of the inning. Just 1 run across. 5-1 Blaze after 5.
She's gotten her teammates involved with it as well. But she told me she has moments where she just can't believe that this is success and career is happening for her. And the little things like hacky sack keep her loose, grounded, and enjoying it all. And Amanda, I know that you said hacky sack is a big thing in softball. Is that ever something that you utilized?
Yeah, so we play it pre-game, get in a little circle down the line of the outfield somewhere, and play a little hacky sack. Is that something that you've ever played before, Chucky? Never?
I've kicked it around, but there's no
you just
rhythm to it.
Yeah,
no, I'm not
mean,
good at it.
I'm not saying that softball players are good at it. I bet Jalen Alchin is good at it because she has multiple different options for her hacky sack. She's very intense and probably a pro, and she's a great athlete like Carlin Pickens entering this game.
Yeah, I know you're ready to hear this, but you were right. Carlin Pickens does enter in the 6th inning, and why not? She has been absolutely phenomenal. They have only lost one game that she has pitched in, so this is her 6th appearance of the year. They are 4-1 in her previous 5, and that one was in game 1 of the series.
Just the hardest thrower in our game right now, and a big change from what these hitters saw from Alicia Ocasio and Kaylani Ricketts, because she's going to bring it at 74 or 75 miles an hour down the zone with her drop ball. She will move the ball up a little bit with her rise ball, kind of an in-between speed between her drop and her changeup, but up-down change. So Carlin Pickens is going to throw.
Goes in at the lefty Andrews, who fouls it off her foot.
And you see her bounce out of her pitch like that, taking that ball from Anna Gold. Something about Carlin Pickens that's severely underrated, because so much focus is on her as a pitcher, and her stuff and her speed is her ability to field her position. Very good athlete.
Got Andrews on strikes.
I mean, we're talking a big change as a hitter to go from the left-hand side facing Kaylani Ricketts 62-63 to 74 low and away like that. A 10-mile-an-hour difference is what these hitters are going to face. It is a tough adjustment. What a great tool to bring in. Carlin Pickens, I believe she got the start in game 1. Looked great.
There are a couple familiar faces for Carlin in the lineup. One of them's on deck. Kaylee Wyckoff out of Arkansas, and then Sarah Gordon, who was perfect in 4 at-bats in game 1. Had a ton of success off Carlin, and she's a rookie out of Georgia. So there's some SEC familiarity there with Wyckoff and Gordon. The rest of this crew has probably not seen a ton of Carlin Pickens and that velocity.
And she's just been electric for this Blaze team. I mean, the rookies, we talked about Dakota Kennedy, home run today, Reese Atwood catching her. So an all-rookie battery for this Blaze team, and Reese Atwood has been her catcher since they made their pro debut together. It's been really fun. I mean, just as a fan of the sport, really fun to watch Reese Atwood catch Carlin Pickens. One played at Tennessee, Reese Atwood played at Texas. They played against each other so many times.
First pitch swinging, Klingler over, flips to Pickens, and it pops out of her glove. There she was again, though.
She's
hustling
everywhere.
to first. That feels like a rarer play in softball to me. Like, you see that in baseball, you see the pitcher covering. I don't think you see that as much from the pitcher in softball.
Oh, 100%. And it just kind of worked out that way, because I think Pickens noticed that the second baseman, Laird, wasn't going to get there in time, and she had the easier route. So you don't see this very often. And almost would have worked out if she would have caught it. That would have been tight.
I think they had her from a timing perspective. She catches that, I think it's an out.
Not one really that you work on at practice either. You know, it's kind of one that just naturally, organically happens in a game. There's that changeup. So 66 miles an hour for her changeup. 64 to 66 is where she'll throw that pitch.
1-1 to Hannah Flippin. Into the dugout, look out. Flippin 0 for 2. Still trying to get her bat up and running in this 2026 season. Popped up. Klingler in foul territory, reaching but can't call it in.
Playing with danger right there in that part of the dugout, with the stairs being right there and no fence to kind of lean up against and get some leverage. She knows it too. Feels, they're tumbling in.
foul ball into that Talons dugout off the bat of Flippin.
She's throwing harder today, Chucky. In game 1 on Thursday, she wasn't throwing with her top velocity. She was only a couple 77s showed up, but just on the regular, it was 72, 73 on the radar gun.
Ooh. Inside, it sounded like it got Flippin, but
she said, I don't know how it didn't hit me. You could read her lips. I don't know how that didn't hit me. Whoa, moving way out of the way.
Bounced in, full count, great at bat from the 10-year pro, Hannah Flippin. It's another one played in the National Pro Fast Pitch League, also played in Japan some. Started at Utah in her college days.
Fouling off all these different pitches from her. This is a great at bat.
Where does Pickens go? Ground ball right side. Klingler smothered it, turns, and it is layered at first.
Their offense continuing to keep their foot on the gas pedal against this talented Talons team that has not lost in 7 games. On this 7-game win streak, plays trying to break it up.
3 2/3 for Dallas Escobedo McGee. 3 of the 4 hits she has allowed came last inning as this is popped up in foul territory and Sarah Gordon handles it. There's 1 out. Thought we might see Taylor Tinsley just to get a little work here, but Dallas Escobedo McGee back in the circle. Why not? She's been excellent so far.
I really like the way that she's come in relief, only giving up just the 1 run. She came in relief of Megan Fremo all the way back in the 2nd inning and shut things down. The first 5 hitters that she faced, she got outs. And she's looked good. I was thinking maybe we'd see Taylor Tinsley just get some action in this game. We've only seen the rookie Tinsley throw 1 game. She went the distance, complete game win for her, and it feels like it's forever ago because this Talons pitching staff has been so sharp.
Devin Netz pinch hitting for Alyssa Brito. Netz chases it and lifts it to left, and it's gone! That was up, but Netz went and got it.
Runs now for the Blaze in this game, and Devin Netz absolutely goes up to get that rise ball. It is at her shoulders, anticipating Dallas Escobedo either going to use the curve or the rise, something up in the zone that Dallas Escobedo is known for, and Devin Netz goes up with a plan and gets all of it. It reminds me of that pitch location by Corby Otis off of Rachel Garcia last night, the Volts Cascade game. Rise balls are getting hit hard in this league. Drop ball is being used more.
Val Cagle hit a home run in her first at bat of the weekend. Netz hits one in her first game this weekend. She's with Anna.
Yeah, Devin, you kept the momentum going for your team. Take us through that at bat.
If anything, my head coach told me, can you get on top of the ball? And I said, sure, why not? Let's do it. So that was my plan going into this, is to get on top of something, drive something through, and that's what I did.
Awesome. Thanks, Devin.
Her first AB of this game, I should say. We've seen Netz this weekend, but that was the first time at the plate today.
Having the plan, trying to get on top of something. Here's the cape again. We've seen it 3 times today. Mackenzie Clark was really on to something when she went to the store with her own money, 20% off coupon, and bought that cape, aka flag. You know it's not going anywhere after this game. It is in for the long haul when you put up 6 runs after getting shut out last night and just struggling offensively to put some runs on the board.
Popped up on the infield. This could do it for the bottom of the 6th, and it does. Wyckoff is there. That is out number 3. 1 more insurance run for Carlin Pickens and the Blaze. Series between Utah and Carolina. Now Carlin Pickens 3 outs away from them stealing a game in the series and avoiding the sweep, and an important game at that. It'll put them at 6 wins. It'll keep them in 2nd place in the AUSL, at least for today.
It's just going to be a dogfight, I think, until the end. So if you're watching this game today, hang with us for the rest of June and into July, because these games have already been so good. They're all so meaningful because there's not a ton of them trying to play for College Station at the end of July. Quick out by Carlin Pickens, my goodness.
It was 3 pitches to retire Jaquish for her second strikeout. Banana Ball back on ESPN tonight at 8 Eastern. The Bananas face the Party Animals on ESPN and Disney Plus, and then Sunday at 4 it's the rematch, and that's on ABC. Catch both games and stream them anytime on Disney Plus and the ESPN app. Well, here is Sarah Gordon, who in game 1 of the series, facing Pickens, 3 for 3. Right side, hard hit ball. Klingler lost her glove and couldn't get back to the base. Sarah Gordon is just seeing it. Now 4 for 4 off Pickens.
She smoked that. The way that Sarah Gordon is letting these pitches travel and get so deep. Look at how deep she's going to let this pitch get. Of her back hip. This is what she continually is doing. Like, all of her hits have been to the right side in this series.
There is a quick out number 2 to retire Becker. I mean, I remember talking to Tony Baldwin in Clearwater at the beginning of this season, and they were talking about that mentality of hitting the ball the other way. And Sarah Gordon here in the pros, keeping that approach.
Doing it big. It's the Georgia way.
Last chance for Utah on a 7-game win streak, one shy of their record they set last year, winning 8 consecutive games. Carolina has dug in today. 1-0 pitch from Pickens to Jacobson.
What a pitching combination, too. I mean, they got a great start from Carlin Pickens in game 1, ended up losing. Great start from Emma Lemley in game 2. A quality start from Alicia Ocasio in this one. The Blaze pitching depth has really shown through in this series as well, despite losing the series to win this game today.
We've seen every arm they have except Devin Netz, and they've all had productive outings. Pickens, just a tip of it from Jacobson.
She was headed to pick up a rosin bag. She knew that pitch out of her hand was going to be a strike, and if she could just locate that pitch, she would get her way out in front, and Jacobson does just enough to foul it off.
Low on the 1-2. This is a big one, too, for Carolina, because they're about to hit a massive road trip. They'll go to Oklahoma City next, and then they will travel to Salt Lake City for the rematch. 2 games there. They'll go to Portland and then to Texas.
They spent 3 weeks on the road.
Some hot locations. Back to Pickens, casually, fires to first. An impressive Game 3 win for Carolina.